GTV, and how are you all? This is the second live, which I'm calling Midnight with Mike for Mr. GTV, and I'm MrMikeGarner.com. And how powerful do you feel at the moment with everything that's going on in the world? It's very challenging, isn't it? What you're going to find is that everything that's going on at the moment, all the news, all the views, all the stuff that's going on in finance, interest rates, cryptocurrency, banks closing, all the health stuff, all the wars, just about everything that can come at us at the moment is wearing people out. I'm seeing people who are walking around with sad faces, like zombies, overwhelmed, confused. It's just a bit too much at the moment, isn't it? Let me tell you, you don't have to be like that. Let me tell you that if you understood how your body works, how your mind works, that you could get your body and mind to work for you. I'm going to talk tonight about your body. And this week, I'm going to do a series of midnight chats, interactive, and I'm going to upload this onto both the Mr. Mike Garner Facebook page, the Mr. GTV YouTube page, and you can interact and continue the conversation after this live. If there's anything that you want to talk about with me, Mike G, then all you have to do is email me at mike@mrmikegarner.com, or on any of the contact details you can contact me, and if you want to chat, I'm here for that. Just go to my website, which is www.mrmikegarner.com, and you can talk to me for free. So our body is an amazing instrument. I believe that it's a vehicle which we can use in so many amazing ways, but we're never taught about it. That your body is a vehicle that carries your mind around, and your mind is also an amazingly powerful instrument. And you have a body and you have a mind, but you are not your mind or your body. Your body is an amazing, intelligent machine. But if you just take at face value what you've been taught at school, or maybe in further education, or maybe through traditional sources of information, through mainstream media, through mainstream education authorities, health authorities, government departments, in my opinion, you're not going to get the real picture of how powerful your body is, and also how your mind is. Your body is a battery. You're a battery. There is a polarity, a duality of positive and negative energy, that within you, whether or not you're a man and a woman, that you've got a unison of male and female energy, that you've actually got three bodies, that you've got a physical body, an emotional body, and a mental body. You've also got a spiritual body, so I suppose that makes four, but we can only usually experience in 3D reality your mind, your emotions, and the physical body that you can touch through your five senses, which is touch, taste, sight, sound, and smell. But you've got extra senses, you've got spiritual gifts that are super powerful, and you never taught about that at school, at college, at university. And even if you went to church, you probably wouldn't be told the secrets. You'd be told, oh, well, you know, Jesus could do that, or other prophets could do that, and people in the past with myths and legends and all these stories that you get in many ancient scripts, they could do that, but you can't do that. Trust me, there's nothing that's in any ancient scripture that you can't do. You can create miracles with your mind and with your miraculous body. You can heal yourself. You can live far longer than you've been told. You've got 4 more power than you've been told. You've got your 5 senses and extra senses. And it's all based on how much power you've got access to in this body, which, as I say, is a battery. Now, we call a mobile phone a cell phone. We call a battery in your car, it's got 12 cells. So cells and electricity and batteries are all related in our conversation. How come nobody's ever told you that the cells in your body, your skin cells, your eye cells, the cells that rub off dead cells, dead skin cells, most of the dust in your house is not dust, it's not dirty, it's skin cells, that these cells are batteries. So how do you think you get your energy? If your batteries are depleted, if you're run down, how do you boost yourself up? Hi, Catherine, there's my daughter talking. How do you actually boost yourself up? In my opinion, the way that you boost yourself up, you can write my daughter, Connect with Cat Garner, has just come live with me. So if you want to write on the screen, it's coming on the screen. You can interact with me now. Or if you watch this in catch up, you can still comment in the catch up. But let me just tell you now that most people, when I ask the question, how do you boost yourself? They talk about, well, I have to eat something. I have to do something. I have to drink something. They might say, well, I get energy from sunlight. That's a good answer. They might say, well, I get energy from singing, dancing, laughing. That's a great answer. Just put in the comments box if you're watching this, where do you think you get your energy from? And you'll be right for you. Whatever you say will be right for you. But let me tell you that the best way to get energy is through your perceptions, through your thoughts. And the best way to lose energy is through your thoughts. That you can actually build energy in 1/600,000th of a second with a thought. Have you ever been run down at the end of a day? Maybe a hard day at work, or you've just done something that's been really mentally taxing, really emotionally draining, or maybe physically knackering. You're worn out, and maybe you go home and you think, right, I'm going to put my feet up now. You've got no energy. Then all of a sudden, a friend phones you up and says, hi, Mike. Hi, Sue. Hi, Dave. Hi, John. Hi, Steve. Hi, Mary. Whatever your name is. And they offer you a night out. The doorbell rings. You go and answer the door, and your friends go, karaoke tonight? Are you coming down the pub? There's a football match. Or do you fancy doing this? Do you fancy doing that? There's a sale on. If you don't go tonight, you're going to miss the bargains. And you go, nah. And they go, not taking no for an answer. Go and get ready. And you go and get ready. You start to get ready and you build energy. And by the time you're out the door, jumping into your car or the taxi, you're ready to go. What's created that energy? What's been the change? Let me tell you, it's mindset. It's mindset. And it's exactly the same with sickness and disease. If you have got a cold, let's say you've got a cold, a normal, everyday household cold. You're sneezing, you're wheezing, you're coughing, you've got Vicks Sinex up your nose, you're taking your Lemsix, you've had your day nurse, your aspirins, your Panadol, whatever you take, your honey and lemon, your cough drops, and you're really in a bad way. Now, let me just tell you something. If you were having a bad day with that cold, I agree with you, Catherine. If you were having a bad day with that cold, in other words, you had a bad day at work, or you had an argument with a neighbour or a friend or your partner, or your kids were playing up, or your car didn't start, or you were waiting on hold for some unhelpful call centre, some unhelpful help desk, that cold would be awful. You'd be down in the dumps. If the weather was bad, you'd be really low. But with the same cold, if you were going to a wedding, a golf match, if you were going to a disco, or you were going to something really exciting, somebody was coming round and you had something fun, you'd hardly notice that cold. You would put that cold on the back burner and you would get through that day, and maybe next time you were bored, you'd remember that you had a cold. So basically, you've got the same cold, same symptoms, but you've got two different states of mind, a positive state of mind and a negative state of mind. And that state of mind, quite often that's been targeted at you by something external, affects the way that you process sickness and disease. It changes your energy levels. It changes your immune system, your metabolism. It changes your mood and your attitude. But most of us are triggered by external things. In other words, the external thing is the cause, and the effect is our lack of energy or our excess of energy, our sickness, our anxiety, our stress, or our wellness and our positivity and our resilience to everything. If we're in a good mood, we can deal with stress and tension, aggravating, annoying, energy vampire people. We can make our own fun. But when we're low and slow, we're good for nothing, are we? And the thing is that we tend to look outside of us for the answer. That we tend to expect everybody else to cheer us up. Or is it a good night on the TV? And if it is, we're happy. And if it's not, we're down in the dumps. If we go to the shop and they've got what we want, we're happy. If they haven't, we're down in the dumps. So we're giving our control to outside causes. We have got to be a strong cause, and we can. We can shift our mindset. And when we shift our mood and attitude, our energy levels increase and we feel well. You think of a time in your life when you were sick. You think of the last time that you pulled a sickie, when you were off. And I guarantee, and I can do this for myself, in the past, when things were getting me down in my life, my health was terrible. There is a correlation as a therapist with my clients and students that when they've got low mood, low levels of energy, emotional imbalance, emotional instability, when they're all over the place, mentally, emotionally, and physically, there will be something going on in their life that is lifestyle induced and not necessarily a virus or a bacteria or an injury. That a GP will tell you that most of his patients or her patients sat in front of them because of self-induced, lifestyle-induced causes. They're not, unless you broke your leg or you've had a physical injury, most other things are caused by misuse of the body, giving it bad fuel, bad food, inappropriate use of the body, not looking after it, and negative attitude. You're overwhelmed by circumstances in your own life, your family, or the world. And that causes disease because you're not at ease. You've not got balance. You've not got flow. And when you've not got flow, the energy doesn't flow and your organs deteriorate. You actually atrophy and die. That in the absence of love also and happiness, you atrophy and die. They did an experiment in the 50s with premature babies in America. They called them preemies. And they discovered that if you cuddled the babies and touched them while you kept them warm in the incubators, that they survived. They called it tactile kinesthetic touching. But at the end of the day, it was love and affection by the mothers. So what they did was they had these pods that kept the babies warm because they were cold. They were out of the womb, out of that safe cocoon environment too soon, prematurely, and they would die. So they kept them warm, but they still had a statistic that said that the ones that were kept warm, that were touched and smiled at and talked to and had contact survived more successfully than the ones that were just given the environment, but no love, no attention, no touching. So they started to put the holes in the pods so that the mothers could come and touch their newborns. Now we need touch, we need contact, we need interaction, we need eye contact, we need warmth, we need emotional support, we need mental support, we need physical positive activity, stimulation. And that makes us well. Because as newborns, and for the whole of our life, what keeps us at our best is when we feel free and uninhibited. Free and uninhibited. When we're not free, when we're a victim, when we are oppressed, suppressed, we become depressed. And when we're inhibited and not unlimited, we feel confined. It's like a prison. And we can create our own prisons. We can create prison thinking, victim thinking. I talked about this last night in last night's Mike at Midnight, when I talked about being a warrior, not a worrier. You can shift your thinking and it changes your health. But I want to introduce a new concept to you. What are you guys thinking about this? I noticed there's 2 likes and 2 watching. Have you guys experienced this? That, you know, when you've got a lot going on, your immune system's down, your metabolism's down, your body doesn't function properly, and you get sickness and disease. Cheers, by the way. I'm talking to you making a brew, or I'm talking to you with a brew. Interact with me, guys. You can interact now live or interact when you watch the replay, or come onto the Mr. GTV Facebook channel and talk to me there, or email me at mike@mrmikegarner.com. But your body is a machine. And we know now, we've already established that mindset and perception shifts the energetics of your body. That if you're having a good day and you smile and you're doing something that you enjoy, you've got far more energy. And if you've got low energy and you interact with positive people and do positive things, you feel positive yourself. So get away from negative people. In fact, run away from negative people and get away from negative television programs, negative radio, negative music, negative papers, negative media. Just make your life positive. Have PMA, not PMT, PMA, which is positive mental attitude. And if you want to know how to do that, call me for a chat. I have a program, 7 days, and I put you on what I call a PMA diet, a positive mental attitude diet. It's very, very easy, and I'll do that with you for free. But let me just tell you this, that your body is a battery, and if you feed it well and put in the nutrients it needs. Hi, Mark. That if you put in the nutrients that your body needs, it'll run properly for you. So you need to eat nutritious, tasty food and get rid of all this processed crap, particularly the over-processed crap. That's another subject, but you really need to research what you put into your body. You wouldn't put crap fuel into your motor vehicle or your motorbike or your car. You know, you pump the tyres up on your bike. You put fresh water into your radiator. You wouldn't have dirty oil in your car, but so many people drink dirty food, unhealthy drinks. Be alert to that. But understand this, that your body is a battery with positive and negative polarity, and your organs need to have a constant supply of fresh energy. And you might never have heard this before, but your muscles are the batteries for your organs. That if you have a good skeletal structure and good muscular consistency, in other words, if you're relatively fit and healthy in your body and you've got muscles, more muscles than fat, and good muscles, that protein is what your organs need to be healthy, to be vital, and to function properly. And this is why sometimes when elderly people lose muscle mass and they get deterioration in the muscles and they get dehydrated, that they become slow, they lose their energy. You look at somebody who's fit and healthy, and you don't have to be a fitness fanatic, because I'm certainly not, but you just have to do the right things throughout the day, stretching, drinking water, because electricity flows through a well-hydrated organism, which is why you would never stick your fingers in a plug, wet fingers. Don't want any water near any electrical circuits, do you? You get a short. So we know that electricity flows better when it's moist, when it's hydrated. And so when you're well hydrated, energy flows and your mind works quicker, because your mind is firing synaptically with electrical impulses, thoughts, and you act on impulse, and those impulses go and become slow as you get older, because you become dehydrated. That's why people's skin is wrinkled, because of lack of fluid in the tissues. And when you lose muscle mass, you haven't got the electricity which powers up your body. Yeah, Mark's saying there in his comments that he was told to look after his body and to drink and be well hydrated, because the body is a battery. He's told that by his GP, very wise GP. So in my opinion, drinking water is essential, and building up enough muscles to support your organs. Now, when you go and jumpstart a car when the battery's flat, or when you put a battery into a device, a torch, a radio, a remote control, you have to get the polarity right, don't you? Positive and negative, live and earth. And you put it in a certain way to make the circuit. We have positive and negative, and where those terminals are on the human body is the hands, positive and negative, and the feet, and surprisingly the ear. These things that we have two of, and the left and right hand side of the brain have got polarity, male and female. And to get it all to function properly, we need balance. And we have a wiring system within the body from these energy centers, which are called chakras, wheels of energy, which is not woo-woo. It's all scientific, and it can be measured and seen and sensed. Because when you have an MRI scan, MRI stands for magnetic resonant image. It's an image of your magnetic resonance. Magnetism comes from electrical circuits, comes from coils, and the chakras are coils. They're spinning vortexes of energy. Crown, brow, throat, heart, solar plexus, navel, and root. 7 of them. We've got 4 bodies. We've already talked about that. Physical, mental, emotional, and spiritual. We've got 7 chakras. We've got 3 minds. Clever, aren't we? Your 3 minds are your conscious, your subconscious, and your superconscious. These are subjects for other midnight chats. And we have an auric system which radiates the energy beyond the physical confines of the body as we perceive it. But internally, to connect all these energy centers to your body, you have a meridian system, which are roads that go off these roundabouts, these vortexes called the chakras, and animate me. How does that work? It works by electrical impulses. I'm contracting and then expanding, and my mouth is moving, and everything's moving. I'm animated. I'm not a frozen sculpture. And what unfreezes me is the warmth of my energetic exothermic body. My calorific value is energy and heat. It's measurable, and I radiate heat. That's how a police helicopter can see you hiding behind a wall or hiding behind a bush if you're running away from them, because they pick up your heat signature within a wavelength that's infrared and ultraviolet. So there's all these dimensions of physicality that we don't understand, but when you do understand them and you become exothermic and you radiate energy and you understand that the more energy that you've got, the more you radiate and the more powerful you are, that changes your life. So we have the meridians and the chakras, but we also have a fascia system. A fascia system is a sheath, if you like, that covers all organs and all muscles. If you eat a chicken, the shiny bit, when you take the skin off, the shiny bit, when you cook a chicken, is the fascia. And we have fascia on all organs, surrounding all organs, and covering all our muscles. And the muscles give off electrical impulses. And they communicate to the organs. Each particular organ has certain muscle groups that give it its energy. Now, if you've got no muscles, those organs won't function properly. And some of the electrical system we know, and we've known for thousands of years, although it's not taught in mainstream medical circles, travels up the body and then it returns back to the organ, rather like a circuit. Like you have a positive and a negative on a battery, and if it's not connected, you get nothing, no action. You can't just have the positive side connected and it goes nowhere. That would be an open circuit. So it's got to be a closed circuit, so you get a flow around the body, and it goes up to the brain, which is the central processor, as is the stomach, what they call the triple heater, in the liver and the kidneys. And as I said, it runs through every finger, hand left and right, male and female, feet left and right, male and female, brain left and right, male and female. And we literally are two parts, male and female, energy, whether you're a man or a woman. We split in two. If you look at the brain, it's like that. It's like a walnut. And on the roof of your mouth, here, you've actually got the two halves. You've got that seam at the top of your mouth. And without being rude, it runs all the way down the body. And on a male scrotum, you can see the seam. That again is like a walnut, the skin. Probably very similar on female parts. But I'm a man, so I've not seen that very often. But we literally are two halves yoked together, male and female, positive and negative, live on earth, and we run as an electrical magnetic organism. We are sound, light and vibration. And if you've got good protein in your body, more protein than fat, more muscle than fat, your body will work efficiently. And what's also interesting is these messages that go into the brain resonate in the skull through the bone, and you get harmonics in the bone, which is why I massively believe in sound healing, vibrational healing. And so did the ancients, but a lot of this has been poo-pooed. But I've lived in Thailand for the last 6 years, and in all temples and hospitals and holistic naturopathic healing clinics, they work with bells and chimes and chant. And this chanting, if you hum a pentatonic note, it resonates in your skull, your jawbone, your chest, your sternum, and it's healing, is sound. And that hums into your muscles, it's communicated through your fascia to every organ. It's living with perfect harmonic resonance. So humming is healing, singing is healing, dancing is healing, positive exercise, not over-exercise, not jarring yourself and damaging your joints and compressing all the soft tissue and the cartilages in your body by over-exercising, but just natural, drinking water, eating electric food, healthy food, not over-processed food, positive thoughts, positive actions, positive people will boost your immune system, increase your metabolism, and you'll be fit, healthy and energetic. And this resonance in your skull is communicated into your teeth. Your teeth and the sockets in your teeth, where the teeth go, each tooth represents a different part of the body. Your hand represents a different part of your body, which is part of reflexology and Reiki. Your feet represents different parts of your body. Your ear represents the body. Your skull, phrenology, represents the body. Within the micro is the macro. In other words, the body is repeated in different parts of the body. And also within you is an inner universe, the micro, which represents the macrocosm of the cosmos. It's all repetition, and we've got to live harmoniously. To the degree that you live entrained and paired with the universe, that you understand universal laws and you live in balance and aligned with elemental forces, you'll be fit and healthy and well. And to the degree that you are out of balance with nature and out of balance within yourself harmonically, with your resonance and your vibration, you'll also be well. And I believe we've got the capacity to live maybe to 300, 400, 500 years of age. And in fact, there's historical records and fossil evidence that we did. But in modern civilizations, with all the resets that there've been, and the distortion of education, and the suppression of information, we are where we are. So we can do better. We can learn more. We can look after our body. We're not our body. We can control our mind. We're not our mind. And we can increase our energy. We can produce miracles with our body. Go to my Mr. GTV YouTube channel and look at the shorts that I've just been uploading, where you can move molecules with your mind. With Reiki, my daughter Kat Garner, who's been live with me tonight here talking, connect with Kat, Kinect, with Kat, Kat, Catherine Garner, my daughter. She's been teaching vibrational healing tonight, which is Reiki, and it's very powerful. Vortex healing, very powerful. Mind healing, hypno healing, very powerful. Talking therapies, mental therapies, harmonic resonance, healing therapies using what used to be traditional, but now has become fringe. In fact, a lot of the information was suppressed, pushed underground. The women who had the knowledge were called witches. They were actually cunning women. There were holistic practitioners, naturopaths, and midwives. And it was suppressed by the church and state, and it got pushed underground. And then along came institutionalized, taxed, money-making health regimes and schemes and medications, which a lot of them, and I won't use the words because I don't want to get deleted, are not that good for you. In fact, in my opinion, they're no good for you. Far better doing meditation than taking medication. Same Latin root, sounds the same, doesn't it? Meditation, medication. But medication should be healing for the body. Probably was if it was natural, but a lot of this stuff now isn't. So the results aren't that good for you, in my opinion. These side effects aren't side effects, they're effects. A lot of the stuff that you're given is toxic, but that's another conversation. But meditation, Latin root, healing for the mind. Heal the mind, control the mind, resonate powerfully in the mind, and your body will work perfectly. Total balance and function. No dis-ease, no disease, because you're at ease, you're happy, you're smiling, you're well. And if your body is muscular and fit and well hydrated, your organs will function properly. And we know this because you research acupuncture or acupressure or Reiki. It's fantastic testimonies where they interrupt the meridian flow with needles that become like antennas for picking up organ energy, which is scientific. It's MRI, it's magnetic resonance, which we know you get checked at the doctors. They look at your magnetic resonance. And where do you get your magnetic resonance? It's your personal vital energy. It's Reiki, which is universal life force energy. And yet people say to me, does Reiki work, Mike? You're damn right it does. Do crystals work? Absolutely. You're probably watching me on a liquid crystal display. You don't realise, LCD screen, it's liquid crystals. We are liquid crystal. Your memories are liquid light. The Latin etymology of memory, a meme. A meme is a thought. A meme actually means liquid. And Ori is like aura. It's light. It's liquid light. We are beings of light and magnetism and electricity. Bioresonance. We are absolute walking miracles. And if you want to know more about walking miracles, if you want to know how to access your power, maintain your power, control your power, focus your energy to move yourself into a far better place in your mind, in your emotional life, in your physical life, with your spiritual connection. Nothing to do with religion. It's all to do with connecting to elemental forces which are natural, like these trees behind me on this screen. They're grounded, they're well hydrated with the sea, and they're reaching up to the sunlight, and they grow, not competing. Don't compete with anybody. Be powerful in yourself. Be human. We're not designed to work. We're designed to be well. But when you're well, you work better. When you're well, life isn't hell. And as I said, when things are going wrong in your life, the first thing that you know is that you've got a symptom. And the symptom is a gift. Pain is a gift. Stress and tension is a gift. It's telling you that you're doing something wrong or you're thinking something wrong. So you change your thinking. And there's so many adverts, isn't there, on television? Take this, take Gaviscon. Take a Rennie or something when you've got indigestion. No, don't eat crap food. If you've got stomach acid, you don't want to take something so that you don't feel the symptoms. No, stop eating the food that's giving you the symptoms. Get to the cause. Don't suppress symptoms. The symptoms are a gift. If you want to be physically at your best, if you want to be physically at a peak, get back to nature. Get back to the way that you were designed to be. And you do that with a positive mind, positive fuel, positive energy. Build some muscle mass, which doesn't mean you have to go and do press-ups at the gym. It just means if you lose your fat, which is where toxins are stored, that fat, that increase in your BMI hinders the natural function of your body and your brain. Why do that to yourself? If you realize you've made a mistake, today is the day to change. It's never too late for an old dog to learn new tricks. I was told in 2007 I'd never walk again. And in 2015, when I had a mini stroke, I went temporary blind. And I've overcome all these things and I've helped other people do the same. And there's nothing special about me. And I'm susceptible to lifestyle-induced and self-induced conditions, which I realise now are a thing of the past for me. Make those symptoms, if you've got them, a thing of the past for you. Step into your power and access everything that you're capable of being. You can do miracles. Check out on the Mr. GTV YouTube channel what I can do. And if you want to be like me, or even more powerful in your own unique way, call me on any of the contact details where you're viewing this presentation, or contact my daughter, Catherine Garner, Kat Garner, and you'll find her as one of my friends. She's my daughter on my Facebook channel. I've got a wonderful son, a wonderful daughter. I'm living a wonderful life, and so can you. But the thing is, it's up to you and what you're going to do about it. Be powerful. Check back for me tomorrow night when I'll be talking about something else that will make you realise how amazing you are. Enjoy your mind. Thanks for watching. Good night.